Hey YouTube, this is entry one for my creative workflow. Appreciate the opportunity. I'm gonna get real here because this is one of my biggest critiques of YouTube. Creativity, unfortunately, if we're looking at a totem pole here, is further down on the importance or on the prioritization when it comes to making YouTube content. And I think the majority of creators can. I've been on this platform for about 12 or 13 years now. I still can't get over 10,000 subscribers. And I think there's a number of reasons for that. I'm not gonna get into it. All of this does play into my creative workflow, and I'm gonna try to illustrate it here with the navigation map that you've mentioned, because I think this is a fun creative process here. So if we wanted to have a start to finish, not represented by islands here, the start here would be a product idea because I'm an influencer. So if there's a new release of a product like Apple, the new Apple Watch or an iPhone, my thought is, I don't want to do a review on the iPhone. I'm going to do a review on the accessories that people will obviously need in order to protect their iPhone. And so I have cases, I have wristband watches, I've got screen protectors that I am interested in. So what I've done is I've used my own money to buy these things to make reviews. So the product comes to my house, I then go ahead and review it in my studio here, as you can see with the overhead. I then post it to as many locations as I can, including YouTube. I post it on Amazon, I post it on Facebook, where my target audience is. After which I use affiliate marketing to be able to help subsidize the cost of that. And so I will make back a percentage of whatever I have proposed or promoted, depending on the product. Now, if I just do one product, it's not gonna be a net positive, or at least it's not gonna put me in the black. I'm still in the red. And so the more the products I review, in aggregate, quantity over quality, over time, at least over the last 5 years, then the net result is subsidizing the payment or the cost of the products that I'm doing, which in turn does open up opportunities with other product or brands. So even though I'm a small content creator, I have made enough videos that have had some success over the years, not immediately viral, which has gotten the attention of products and brands. And so instead of pushing creativity, I'm pushing products that brands are sending to me rather than creativity. So that's the unfortunate reality of YouTube, is that I unfortunately can't pursue creative outlets and pursue, the type of videos that I'm interested in because it's not paying the bills. It doesn't get pushed in the algorithm. And so I have to focus on quantity rather than quality. But that is a short, I guess, description of how I deal with the creative aspect. I want to go into a broader, more interesting topic, which I can illustrate here with, I think, more paper, which I'm going to do. So let me show you that. So I'm going to cover my entire desk here with paper to try to illustrate it. And I think the initial suggestion here in the entry was to say, hey, you're gonna island hop. And each island that you jump into is a part of your creative flow. I think that that's not realistic, and I've got some extra pieces of paper that have ink on it. Anyway, the way that I envision it here is that the island is the goal, and that is to hit, a lot of views or a lot of subscribers, go viral, right? Have that moment where your content reaches more people than not, right? So you've got this island here. The problem is the island is always moving. This island is almost unreachable. With that said here, the island is always moving, and I think the island fractures as it moves. So it leaves pieces of itself, which is the goal, right? The goal is to get viral. The goal is to have a video break out. a goal is to get, you know, viewed by a larger creator, and these little pieces of the island are breaking off as the island's moving. The reason why I think the island's moving is because the YouTube that I started on in 2000 is not the same, in 2010 is not the same as 2023. YouTube always changes. This is the island of change. It's not the goal, but it's the goal that everyone is trying to land on. We're trying to figure out what the change is in order for us to land here, because it's an ever-moving island. I'm over here treading water on a piece of shipwreck material. Here's my head, here's my arms, and I'm trying to float on this ever-moving tide of an ocean, which is YouTube, right? Each one of these waves are the different, I guess, all the different drama, the different trends, the different changes that are happening because the island is always moving. This island is chasing whatever YouTube's goal is, whether it's, you know, increasing profit margins, making more money, appeasing the shareholders, or making sure that their content is friendly for advertisers, right? And as this moves, pieces of that revenue, of that profit are shared, and that's what us as creators are trying to navigate, right? And so our goal here is to try to swim to this little piece of island that has broken off, which is, you know, that ever-changing algorithm, right? So, you know, more recently there was probably a very large chunk that broke off, which was YouTube Shorts, right? Monetization for Shorts occurred, so everyone was bombarding the algorithm. They were bombarding your feed with Shorts, and now that's kind of been the move for it. And so I can't talk about my creative process and the flow from island to island because it's heavily contingent on the change with which this destination is. Unfortunately, I don't have a boat that I'm on that propels me, whether it's through the wind. I don't have a yacht that allows me to utilize modern conventions here to be able to, you know, with an engine to be able to push me. I have to kick at my own feet because that's kind of where I feel at a small creator. There's larger creators that have a better advantage because of where they are or what industry they're in or however they've been promoted. And so it's very difficult for me to be able to reach the island here, which is, as I said, the goal of you know, getting picked up in the algorithm, having long-term growth of subscribers and watch time, right? That's the goal. So my goal isn't necessarily to create something beautiful, because as I have in the last 12 years, I've never reached the island. I've still remained here at the back as I push my way through it. And so in order for me to get to this first island here, I have to use my time, money, and resources to do it. This is all contingent on my own abilities, right? So I work a full-time job. I can't quit YouTube. I can't quit my full-time job to get YouTube, but I have to use my own time at night where I stay up all night. I have to use my own money to purchase the content, you know, the things that I'm creating, and I have to use my own resources, which is, you know, my home, my children, my wife, etc., in order for me to reach there. So each one of these items is a kick from my feet to be able to reach the island. But as each one of these waves hit, unfortunately, it could push the island away from my goal because of the ever-changing YouTube algorithm. I can't keep up unless I have other ways to promote it. And so for me, unfortunately, I haven't even been able to reach the first island because the islands keep veering off course from my direction, and there has been maybe one little instance or two where I've had a video that has reached a larger audience than my small subscriber base. With that said, how do I try to beat it? I accept reality that I am alone here and I have to do it myself. So my thought here for the creative battle is a long-term thought. I'm in a genre where I am pursuing what I believe is interesting, and I go on my own time, my own money, and my own resources. And because of that, I can't level up to a new boat because I'm not following the current or the path of least resistance away from these waves. I'm hitting each wave, you know, head on, because I'm not following the trends. I'm not following the, you know, the politics. I'm not following the conventional paths that, you know, typical YouTubers would follow. With that said, coming back here, my main content, I've been slowing down my content on YouTube because of these, you know, these obstacles that I'm facing here, which I'm not trying to say boohoo me, but it's the reality of it, that this is a long-term game and that I need to be able to figure out what my next step is. And so I've actually moved content off of the platform, and I'm pursuing other opportunities besides what's on YouTube. Because again, YouTube is a search engine, and what I'm pursuing as far as my content isn't heavily searched, but it's paying the bills, if that makes sense. All right, well, I think this was an interesting thought process. I hope you guys don't mind. I kind of want to post this to my YouTube channel, see if people are interested in that, and to show the reality of YouTube and what it's like. Nonetheless, appreciate the opportunity, and I'm looking forward to entry number 2. This was entry number 1. Thanks, guys.